Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reading Putty Attack from the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. Now I didn't know that they did books. This is something completely different to me, but I'm kind of glad that they did. So we're going to go through all of them as time progresses, but with that let's jump straight in. Mighty Morphing Power Rangers, Putty Attack. Prologue. Evil forces beware. 5 ordinary teenagers are about to morph into the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. Their incredible powers come from Zordon, a good wizard trapped in another dimension. Zordon has given each teenager a magic coin, a power morpher, and super strength drawn from the spirits of the dinosaurs. When things get really tough, the Power Rangers call upon their Dinozords, giant robots they drive into battle. Power Rangers, dinosaur spirits, and amazing robots. Together, these incredible forces protect the Earth. So get ready, it's morphing time! Chapter 1. The halls were buzzing at Angel Grove High School on Friday afternoon. Everybody was excited about the weekend. I can't wait to go scuba diving, Trini said to Jason and Zach, 2 of her best friends. She flipped her long, straight, black hair over one shoulder, then closed her locker. Jason flashed her an easygoing smile as he zipped up his red sweatshirt. When I show you the reef I found, you won't believe it. It's awesome. I bet we'll see some really big fish, Zach said, his dark eyes sparkling with excitement. Just then, Bulk, the school bully, pushed his way through the crowd. His pal Skull trailed behind him. Well, if big is what you're looking for, you won't have to look far, Trini said, pointing to Bulk. Lots of things were big about Bulk. He was one of the biggest kids in school. With his scraggy ponytail and his beat-up old leather jacket, he was the biggest mess too. And he was definitely the biggest troublemaker. Skinny, dim-witted Skull had his usual outfit. Black on black on black. The head of a fish stuck out of the front of his black cap, and a fishtail pointed out of the back. Don't count on seeing any big fish, dweebs, Bulk told the 3 friends. They'll all be at the end of my hook. Bulk opened his locker. It was jammed with junk. It suited messy Bulk perfectly. He stuck a hefty arm inside and yanked out a fish net. Crash! Fishing rods came tumbling out. Bang! Hooks and bait boxes and fishing gear clattered to the ground. Smelly boots filled with stale water fell to the floor with a sloshing and squishy noise. Trini jumped back so that the water wouldn't splash her. Zach and Jason held their noses. Clumsy Skull scurried to gather the gear, nets, worm, boots, and fishing poles. Hey, Skull said, tugging on the line. I got a bite! Skull yanked the rod, and Bulk jerked forward. The line had snagged Bulk's belt loop. Skull pulled harder on the line, unaware that he was reeling in Bulk. It's a big one! I hope it doesn't break the line! Fish brain! Bulk shouted as Skull's hook pulled Bulk's pants down. Trini giggled at Bulk's rainbow-coloured underwear. Bulk turned bright red. He tried to tug his pants back up, but he got tangled up in the fishing line. Yelling and jerking and hopelessly snarled, Bulk and Skull tripped down the hall. I don't think the fish need to worry about those 2, Zach joked. He plopped a baseball cap on his curly dark hair and smiled. Just then, Kimberly and Billy joined their friends. The 5 best friends looked like ordinary teenagers, and everybody thought they were just that. But everybody was wrong. The 5 friends shared the world's biggest secret. Each one of them had incredible superpowers. When the forces of evil threatened the Earth, they used their amazing powers and changed into the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. But right now, the only thing on their minds was to enjoy the upcoming weekend. Hey Billy, Jason said, why didn't you come to the beach with us? We're going scuba diving. I'm a certified diving instructor, you know? Billy looked uncomfortable as he pushed up his glasses. He shifted his books from one arm to the other, then pretended to polish the snaps of his overalls. Finally he spoke. My apologies, Jason, but I have a regrettable dislike for fish. Kimberly, how about you? Trini asked her friend. Kimberly smothered her pretty pink sweater. Then she checked her light brown hair in the locker mirror. Nope, Billy and I are going on a picnic in the park. Billy nodded eagerly. It'll be nice. We'll be right by the park lake. But suddenly a shadow crossed Billy's face. A lake? That meant water. Maybe fish. Of course, we'll stay carefully planned distance from the lake and any fishy unpleasantries, he added quickly. Far away, in a fortress on the moon, the evil Rita Repulsa spied on the teens through a magic telescope. She was a terrifying sight. Her dark eyes narrowed into scary slits. Her bony hands with her long, pointy black nails held the telescope in a tight grip. She nudged Goldar, her chief warrior, hard with a bony elbow. "Wake up, you moron!" she screeched. Goldar jumped to attention, his red eyes glowing. "At your command, O evil Empress!" Rita had a mission, a plan to take over the Earth, and long ago she would have vowed not to let anyone get in her way, especially not 5 teenagers from Angel Grove. As Rita watched Billy through a magic telescope, she was thrilled with what she saw. "So, Billy doesn't like fish, huh?" she remarked to Goldar. The warrior's nasty eyes glowed even brighter. "Thanks, Billy," Rita cackled happily. "You've just given me an idea, a wonderful, evil idea to finally destroy the Earth." Chapter 2. At the beach the next day, sunlight danced across the calm ocean water. "It's a perfect day for scuba diving," Jason said as he checked Trini and Zach's oxygen tanks one last time. He wanted to make sure that they were working right. "Now remember, the safety signals," Jason instructed as he zipped up his wetsuit, "and stay together." Zach hip-hopped into the flippers down to the shore. "Come on, let's go," he shouted. "You're on," said Trini, joining him at the shoreline. She was wearing a wetsuit exactly like Jason and Zach's. The 3 friends put on their face masks and waddled into the water. At the park, Billy and Kimberly spread out a blanket on a large rock near the lake. A warm breeze ruffled Kimberly's hair as she set the picnic basket down. "What's for lunch?" Billy asked. "Fish and chips. Is that okay?" Billy suddenly looked a little sick. "I'll take the chips, but please hold the fish." "What's with you and fish anyway?" Kimberly asked, concerned. "I've had some rather bad fish experiences, Kim. It all started when I was a toddler," he began to explain. "I wanted to recreate a whirlpool effect that I had seen on TV show. So I put my finger into the lake water and swirled it in circles. It provided to be exciting lure for one of the hungry fish below, and the fish actually bit me." Billy finished his story, looking very upset. Kimberly burst out laughing. "It's not funny," Billy said. "And once a crab bit me too. It was awful." "Well, this fish sandwich won't bite." Kimberly held it out to him. Billy reluctantly took the sandwich, but he kept it at arm's length. "I don't know," he said. Suddenly, a scream pierced the air. "What was that?" Billy asked, scrambling to his feet. He and Kimberly raced towards the cries at the other end of the lake. "Oh no," Kimberly moaned when she saw the source of the screams. "Not Bulk and Skull." The 2 goons shouted with excitement as Bulk struggled with his fishing rod. "I got a big one," Bulk screamed. "Here it comes." He yanked hard, and a huge non-fish sign burst out of the water. "All right, Bulk," Skull yelled. "Way to go." But Bulk wanted a fish, not a sign. "Clam up," he shouted at Skull. He angrily tossed the sign on top of the pile of old boots, tires, and garbage. His catch of the day so far. Suddenly, Bulk shouted, "I got one! I got one!" "Me too!" Skull cried. "Me too!" But once again, Skull's line had caught Bulk's belt loop, and Bulk's line had snagged Skull's. They both gave a giant tug and set each other flying into the lake. Billy and Kimberly burst out laughing. Bulk glared at them, then snarled at Skull. "That does it, tuna breath!" He stood up and shook the water from his hair. "You scared off all the fish!" Billy and Kimberly chuckled as they walked away. "Hey," said Kimberly, "let's surprise the others down at the beach." Billy kicked a pebble. "I'm not really into oceans. They're full of fish, you know." "But they're in the ocean and not on the shore," Kimberly pleaded. "You have a point," Billy said, "but I'm not going into the water." "Deal," Kimberly agreed. "They're going to the beach," Rita screeched from the balcony of her fortress on the moon. They can't go to the beach yet. The new monster isn't ready to meet them. I want my monster! She and Goldar stormed into Finster's smelly lab, where the monster maker was hunched over his latest evil creation. Where's my monster? Rita shouted. Oh, supreme evilness, Finster said, looking fearfully at the evil queen. I'm just adding the deadly goo so the monster will poison the ocean and destroy all the sea life. Rita's lips curled into a nasty grin at the thought, but her smile faded quickly. Those power brats better not spoil my plans, she shrieked. Indeed, your badness, Goldar said. The Putty Patrol can keep them busy. Yes, cried Rita. Send the putties. With that, Rita's army of mindless clay creatures somersaulted onto the earth to attack Kimberly and Billy. And that's where we're going to leave there. We're going to come back to chapter 3 later and carry on with this one. Now, if you like this and you want to hear and see more, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Have you seen this episode? I'm sure you have. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for listening. And with that, I'll leave it there. And as always, if I don't see you tomorrow, then I'll see you in a couple of days.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。